Hi guys, this is Joe Wayne with the AntiCoIntelPro show, as well as freeamericafromfascism.com. And we also have a Facebook page by that same name, Free America from Fascism. Well, if you actually watched my last video, it was a video that was pertaining to the rule of three, and specifically why human beings relate to the number three. In a real quick synopsis, okay? Basically, all things in our world, in our matrix of reality, our universe, are at their core designed and constructed by three, okay? Before, during, after, beginning, middle, end. Proton, electron, neutron. The reason behind this, folks, is, as I have stated on many, many different occasions, yes, we are all one in the spiritual sense, okay? In the spiritual sense, we know everything. We have but to ask, and then we have the answer in our true form, our true spiritual form. And our spirits, they never die. I digress. Our true form that inhabits the meat suits, the vessels, the organic vessels that we have to tool around in, our true form, our true energetic spiritual form, as per the first law of thermodynamics, okay? Energy can never be destroyed. It can only be transferred from one state to another. So, the reason that we as energetic, all-knowing entities come to this earth is to learn via emotions, okay? Because we basically, we do not have the ability to experience emotions in our true form. All we know is pure love. That's it. We don't know hate. We don't know anything. Sadness, drama, sympathy, empathy. We don't know any of that in our true form. All we know is love, okay? The old saying, God is love, okay? The pure consciousness that is God, that is a part of literally every single one of us. In our true form, all we know is love. So we are sent here because the only way in which we can fix the mistakes of our previous lives is to come back to this organic world and experience it in our organic vessels, okay? That being said, we live in a dualistic world. We have to, as I have stated on many occasions, we have to live in a dual existence. We have to have opposition, okay? To all things, there is a negative and a positive, okay? But then you must have that number three factor that balances out and brings balance to the negative and positive. But without the opposition of the negative to positive, the positive to negative, we can never expect to grow, okay? Mentally, spiritually, emotionally, we can never hope to grow while we're in this form by any other means than an oppositional dualistic experience, okay? So that being said, the reason our world is so corrupted and so negative right now is because our world is literally out of balance and has been for a great while now. And what happens is that whenever our world has become out of balance, and we have, let me tell you something, we have never been out of balance on the positive, okay? We have only been out of balance on the negative because the human being is a temporary, imperfect, vain, selfish creature, okay? That basically wants to control. Until you actually have the opportunity to experience a higher evolved neocortex, most of the world, they're operating off their our complex reptilian mind that we basically, it's a fear instinct, okay? And that fear is this person is not like me. This person wants to take what I have. This person wants to hurt me, right? And we had to have that our complex instinct part of our brain when we were slithering around on the ground as lizards. And we were once slithering around the ground like lizards. So that's where the R complex reptilian mind came from millions of years ago. Millions and millions of years ago, okay? No, Christians, we have not been here for only 6,000 years. That being said, what has happened, and the reason that we're out of balance once again, and if you think about things that are constructed with three, you have the wheelbarrow, you have the two wheels, but unless you have the third balancing factor, that wheelbarrow is going to tip over every time, okay? Unless you have balance, even a car with four wheels, if you only have three all of a sudden, you're out of balance and you're going to crash. Okay, that's what has happened to our world numerous times for the last 6,000 years, okay, and counting. The fascists have been in control. And even before the world ending cataclysms, okay, because there have been a number of world ending cataclysms. One of those is when the dinosaurs were walking around on Earth. And the universe has an innate need to get back that balance, okay? That energy, okay? Because everything is energy. And whenever our world has become out of balance, the universe has had to force balance back onto our world by destroying our world, okay? That's what's about to happen again. The fascists that have been in power for the last 6,000 years, and don't let anybody, that's why the Christians and the Roman Empire that had created the Christian religion told everyone in their Bible that they wrote, okay? Paul, the Apostle Paul quite clearly stated, being crafty, I caught you with guile, okay? So he's basically telling everybody, and he was the Apostle Paul, one of the writers of the Bible, supposedly, that he tricked you. He tricked you all. He caught you with guile because he was crafty and you were not, okay? This is what they do. This is how the fascists have operated for the last 6,000 years. The same fascists that have created religion, the Sumerian culture, is when they first put a label on who they were, okay? Sumerians became the Babylonians became the Egyptians became the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire became the Roman Catholic Church that has been in charge of the entire world and controlling the entire world. To this date, the entire world, every nation state, literally pays taxes back to Rome, okay? So they never went anywhere. They created the Bible. They created all the big lies. They created money. They created banking. They created the world's first standing army. They will tell you, okay? And if you have an issue with this, don't take it up with me. This is what the fascists have written for the past 6,000 years because they created writing in the cuneiform version, which were little cylindrical clay cylinders, of course cylindrical, that had these little divots, these little triangles that were pressed into the clay. That was the first form of writing. And if there was any writing before that, I can guarantee you that they destroyed that, okay? Everything that they do not control, they destroy or they own and take over. Prime example. 1960, okay, the fascists, the same fascists that Prescott Bush, George Bush and George Bush Sr.'s grandfather and father, Prescott Bush, bankrolled the Nazis, okay, the same way that Fred Koch, okay, Fred Koch, the father of the Koch brothers, the same way that he worked with Stalin, okay? Prescott Bush was working with Hitler and bankrolling him. Fred Koch was working and trading with Stalin and bankrolling that end of the fascist regime, okay? The fascist, the corporate political fascist control system. So Fred Koch, back in the 1960s, okay? What he did, and this is how they own the opposition to take it over, to keep control over everything. They control the message, they control the messenger, they control all the dissemination of information, and every political party is but one, the fascist party. Okay, that's why they don't listen to you. Moving on, the Koch brothers, and Fred Koch specifically, their father. In the 1960s, the libertarians were getting uppity, the same way the slaves were getting uppity during the Roman Empire, so they created the Christian religion to control them with thought and with fear, because they could never do it with a standing army. Okay? Could never do it with a standing army. The same reason they control all the information, every single Bible, is they control you through your fears and through your hopes. Okay, they control your mind because they cannot control your body physically. They just can't. There's not enough of them. The Koch brothers and their father, originally, the John Birch Society, sound familiar to all you libertarians? Well, the founder of the John Birch Society was none other than Fred Koch, the Koch brothers' father. Okay, so what he did is, once again, the slaves, the libertarians, were getting uppity. The fascist, corporate fascist control, okay, Fred Koch, who founded Koch Industries, he founded and funded the John Birch Society. So he owned the opposition that was waking up once again, the slaves that were waking up. Fast forward to 2010, okay? In 2010, the Obama regime got a shellacking, okay, because of the original Tea Party movement. The original Tea Party movement. In 2011, in came in Dick Armey and Sarah Palin to usurp the Tea Party with the help of the organization that the Koch brothers founded and funded, Americans for Prosperity, AFP. So once again, they did as their father did. They owned the opposition, and then they controlled the opposition. So they controlled the message. They control the messenger, and they control the message. Okay, they control the message, and they control the messenger through owning the opposition. Wake up, people. Here's a little video to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
And speaking of President Obama, I think we ought to pay tribute to him today on this Tax Day Tea Party, because really he's the inspiration for why it is that we're here today. That's right, the Tea Party movement wouldn't exist without Barack Obama.
Okay, so you have seen what they do, and I've explained how they do it. Please join me, okay? Join me in giving a big middle finger and letting the fascists know that we know who they are and what they're doing and how they do it, okay? I'm having a rally. I've organized a rally for November 1st, which is 1/11/2014, Free America Now. Check freeamericafromfascism.com for all the information, as well as my Facebook page, Free America from Fascism. This is Joe Wayne with the AntiCoIntelPro Show. Good day.